As part of today's demonstration, we are going to learn how to create web app. Now, if you remember in the past, Azure used to call this web app as websites. Website has been rebranded as web apps, and that is what we're going to learn how to create that today. To do so, let's go ahead and search under the More Services section. Once you search for web apps, it will take you to the App Service section. Now, App Service works as a container for these web applications. Web application along with mobile services, API apps, logic apps falls under the App Service section. Now, to create a web app, let's go ahead and add there. Now, clicking on the Add tab of App Services will take us to a section where we have to choose whether we want to create a web app or we want to create the mobile app. So we are looking to create a web app, so we'll go to the web app section and select the web app. Once you select that, this will prompt you to click on the create button. Now, clicking on the create will open the web app settings. Now, the first thing which you have to specify is the web app name. Let's go ahead and provide the name, which is demo 17. Now, this name again has to be resolved across the internet. Now, as always, because we are operating from the new portal, any services whatever we'll create has to fall under a resource group. So either we can create a new resource group or we can use the existing one which we have created. We are going to create a new one. Let's name it as demo 2017 RG. As I said, whenever you're creating a web app, it has to fall under an app service plan. To do so, if you have already created, you can go ahead and select the app service plan. If not, please go ahead and create an app service plan, because app service plan is the one which is going to determine what would be the performance of your web application. Now, to create a new one, let's go ahead and click on create new. Now, clicking on the create new will prompt us to specify the app service plan details. Let's provide this app service plan a name. Along with that, it will ask us to specify the location. For our demonstration, we have been choosing Southeast Asia as the location. Let's go ahead and do the same. The next thing which we have to choose is the pricing tier. As I said, this is where it will encapsulate what is the power of this web application would be. Now, to choose so, let's go ahead and we click on the view all section. Now, clicking on the view all will depict all the available options which we have under the pricing tier. So premiums are the one wherein you will get the most out of your web application, but from the pricing point of view, they would be the costliest. Standard, on the other hand, reasonably solves our purposes in most of the cases, but if you don't want to spend too much money and gonna just do a testing or maybe development, you can choose the basic tier as well. For our demonstration, we are gonna select the standard S1. Let's go ahead and click on select. Now, clicking on the OK button will select the appropriate app service plan which we have just now created. Let's go ahead and click on create of this web app. This clicking on create button will start the deployment of this web application. Upon successfully validating that, it's going to take a couple of minutes to bring this web application live. Once deployment is successful, same can be verified under the notification section. Now, let's go ahead and search for the web app which we have just now created. To do so, we'll again come back to the more services and search for our web app. So here we can see the demo 17 web application has been created. To verify the same, we can click on the browse section. This will take us to the newly created web app. The content which you're seeing on this web application is the default content which you get once you create the web application. This content could easily be changed with the help of different options available to us. We can deploy our .NET application, we can deploy some code which is there in the Git server or FTP server. So for our demonstration, we are not going to do so. By performing all the operations, we have been successfully able to create the web application. Now, there are certain important bits to understand on the setting tab of this web application. If you wish to change the app service plan, because app service plan is the one where we have selected the appropriate pricing tier, you can come to the scale out or scale up section of the app service plan, and there in itself you can go and scale that option.